March 10th, 2015. I'm out of court and case dismissed. That was easier than I thought. So here's the story. I was in court. I've made up a script, about a 2-page double-spaced script of what I was going to say, word for word. I was just going to read it word for word, outlining my case, and I'll just go ahead and read it right now. But anyway, case dismissed. I was sitting in the court. They had the police officers who were there to support their case sitting on the right side of the court, and the defendants were sitting on the left. Turned out I was the last one to go up in the docket today. So everyone else went up, and the police did their thing, and pretty much everyone was found guilty, except me. Now, when it got down to it was just me and the last guy, I never really got a good look at the citing officer, on the day he issued the citation. And because it was a rainy day, and I kept the window up, and he was coming back and forth from behind. So I'm sitting there with my script, and I have a few pictures, like a picture of the intersection, and some other things, my script. And I noticed most of the other officers were kind of just winging it. They were going up and they were just talking about what they remembered for the most part, with a few details that they'd written down. In this case, I think what happened is this officer saw me sitting there with all my documents. He had nothing. And when we got up there, and after we were sworn in, he said, dismiss the case because I don't have my notes. And I think what was happening is he showed up thinking he's just going to wing it, like probably he does for 99.9% of the cases. But instead of having somebody who's like coming up with some lame excuse for why I shouldn't be cited, I actually had something that looked substantial to him, at least from a distance. So, saves me some money. But I'm going to read what I was going to read. It's like afterwards I kind of showed, I made all this for the judge. I showed the judge this stack of paper. I made all this. Oh well. So I said, this is what I was going to say. Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you for allowing me to make this brief presentation in my defense. I am accused of violating Vehicle Code Section 22161D, going straight in a turn lane as the citing officer indicated on the originally issued citation. I am providing the court with an enlarged and enhanced photograph of that citation so that the handwriting by the citing officers may be more easily read. It's down here somewhere. Where's that? All stick together. There we go. The intersection in question is General Jim Moore Boulevard and Canyon Del Rey Boulevard, headed towards Seaside, California. I respectfully request that this citation be dismissed for the following reasons. First, there were no posted signs indicating that the lane was a right turn only lane, neither on the approach to the intersection in question, nor posted on the intersection signal light pole. Such posted vehicle traffic control signs are required by Vehicle Code Section 22301, subsection C and D. I am providing a copy of the text of these sections to the court. And I have that printed. I want to show you that. Second, on the day of the incident, there had been one of the most severe and intense rainstorms of the current rainy season thus far. In addition, there was a particularly heavy downpour then in progress at the very moment of the incident. This is confirmed in the comment section of the citation as indicated by the citing officer, wherein he wrote, rain, wet, heavy. Visibility on the road at that moment was severely impaired as a result of the extremely heavy weather. start over. Visibility on the road at that moment was severely impaired as a result of the extreme rainy weather, the low light gloom, the multiple glares and reflections of many vehicle headlights, the spray kicked up by other vehicles, the painted lane markings being effectively invisible below a layer of reflective, glared rainwater. All of these factors combined to make it extremely difficult to see that the lane ended on the other side of the intersection until after I was more than halfway through the intersection. Once I realized that the lane ahead ended on the other side of the intersection, I was too far advanced through the intersection to safely make a right turn due to the heavy traffic, and therefore I had no other safe option but to proceed forward. I am providing gravity sucks. I am providing a photograph of the intersection in question in support of my assertion that there were no posted signs as required, as well as evidence of the inclement weather on that date. Please note that this photograph was taken about 10 minutes after the issuance of this citation. And this is the intersection in question. Notice how wet and rainy it is and glary, and no signs on the pole. Third, please note that I am not from Seaside, but rather I live in Salinas, and therefore I rarely drive on that particular road. And I was not at all familiar with the lanes nor directional layout of that particular intersection. Fourth, I ask the court to note that I have an otherwise good driving record and to please consider my good record in making a decision. Thank you for your time and consideration of my request for dismissal of this case. Now, if the I don't know what would have happened had the officer not just said, dismiss. Yeah, and maybe he really wasn't prepared, and, you know, I could have gone, go, me, good driver, didn't happen. You know, that might have been a different story. But I like to think, just in my own ego, that maybe he looked over and went, this guy's in a power suit. This guy looks like he has authority. Anybody who would have a beard like this must know what he's talking about. Or maybe I just got lucky. Or maybe it's a little of both. That's all for now.